role at the company and certainly on the board. So quickly, as we always do, last year's annual meeting was held in Great Falls on January 29th. The sole item acted upon was the election of Susan Carstensen, Bill Johnstone, and Jim Kerr to 3-year terms expiring at the 2018 annual shareholders meeting. I've got a copy of the minutes here if anybody would like to see them. If I could maybe just get a motion to approve the minutes from the last year's meeting.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Thank you. As Bill noted and as described in the proxy statement, well, before I get there, I'll digress for a minute. So the proxy statement's short, and we use small font to try to sort of do our nod to sustainability. So, you know, with 8-point font, we try to pack in a lot of information. And, you know, I was thinking about, see, Bill, he's teasing me, and surprisingly, he doesn't ask for my written remarks in advance, so he can't edit them. But so I was thinking about Bob in particular and Ray and their contributions, and looking at the proxy statement and seeing that we had packed in 2 pages of single-spaced 8-point font type description of what the board does, and it really doesn't do justice to what they do. Their contributions are incredibly varied and significant. There's a lot of time and effort that goes into what they do, and so from my standpoint, very appreciative. Bob has trained me well for his first 4 or 5 years on the board. I think his sole purpose was to point out every typo I made in every set of minutes. And fortunately, he's passed that baton to Jim Wolotarski, who has gleefully taken it up and perhaps even exceeded Bob's editorial comments. And then with Ray, I would guess if we measure the time spent following the board meetings through the dinners until the next day, Ray has contributed more time than any board member. But I appreciate and respect your passion for our business and certainly our firm. It's been a great pleasure to work with you. Anyway, as Bill noted and as described in the proxy statement, the sole item to be acted upon at the meeting is to elect 5 directors, each for 3-year terms ending at the 2019 annual shareholders meeting. Those nominees are Andrew Davidson, Sam Doyle, Chet Helg, Michael Purpura, and Dick Cheddar. And I certainly pleased to report that each of the directors received the requisite vote, and those 5 are now in the class of 2019. So congratulations to all of you. Bill?
Thank you, Larry. As always, the highlight of the annual meeting, so appreciate it. So next item, information. The D.A. Davidson Company's board elects the members of our subsidiary boards, and we have 4 subsidiaries with 4 boards of directors. D.A. Davidson and Company, the broker-dealer, D.A. Davidson Trust Company, Davidson Investment Advisors, and Davidson Fixed Income Management. So the board, tomorrow at its meeting, will elect the directors of those respective subsidiaries, and we'll announce the new directors next week. I want to note that several of our associates are completing terms on the D.A. Davidson and Company Advisory Board. We have an advisory board consisting of a number of employees that meets periodically during the year and acts as a sounding board, actually, for management, gives us thoughts and ideas and feedback, and also acts as a means of communication back to the organization. And we very much appreciate what those board members do, and several of them are retiring this year from the board, and I want to acknowledge their retirement and their contribution. So first is Cindy